An endless multiverse of possibilities awaits you, with champions from worlds both familiar and entirely unique to this strange realm. They wait to have their true power unleashed by the Summoner. Champions are forever.
Oh, yeah. What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? We are live once again, and I hope everybody is doing well today. Woo! We got TechU Jr. is the first one in the building, followed by the Jigglypuff Jiggly. Good morning, Shadowverse. T. Smitty's in the building. Epic No Sash, what's up, man? Sorry I'm late. Nope, you right here on time. This work is getting in the way of streams. I know, right? How dare the work? Caveman, ooh! What up? My job is closed today for Juneteenth. That's right. That's never happened before. Wow. Yeah, I don't think it's a official holiday or anything, except among some of us. Like, I should say, it's not a national holiday. Correct me if I'm wrong. Believe it or not, I spent most of my life knowing nothing about Juneteenth. Nothing. We never celebrated it in school. Although we also didn't often celebrate Columbus Day either. But no Juneteenth, no history lesson on what it's even all about. And when I say my entire adult life, I'm talking about in the last 10 years. After I started streaming this game is when I heard of Juneteenth and actually looked and said, what in the world is this? Why are people talking about Juneteenth? What is this about, you know? And had to look it up. Who wants to know about Juneteenth? Because we are going to look this up right now for everybody. So we all know. Because today is Juneteenth. Okay. Asher, what's up, man? Pan Trunks, how you doing? Node 6 Deathless Thanos don't have Chile. Whom do I use? Oh, boy. Do not, by the way, if you're assigned to a node, don't be afraid to ask to switch if somebody has a better option. That's something that I had to learn to do. All right. I had to learn to do that. Okay. So, this is, let me look this up, show you guys about Juneteenth, so you'll know. Okay? Juneteenth, officially, Juneteenth, National Independence Day, is a federal holiday. I didn't know it was a federal holiday, but it is a federal holiday in the United States. It is celebrated annually on June 19, which is today, to commemorate the ending of slavery. Now, in the history books, you have a different date for the, man, why is my webcam acting like that? My webcam is supposed to be all the way up at the top, and the display capture is supposed to be at the bottom. What is going on? You could see me a little bit in the back. Let me see something. Can I turn that off? Turn it back on? No. Why is it? I'm going to have to check and see why that is. Let me see. Display capture. Yeah, see, I'm there. Why is the display going over the top of that? Capture cursor, automatic. You know I got to figure it out, right? This is what happened to me all my work life. Let's see. Is there a transformation? Yeah, all of my work life. Let me see. Filter? Nope. I don't have any filters. This is very... Well... Huh. See, none for the transition, none for that. Default there, normal, normal. Do I have any transformations? No. Order. Let me see, can I move down? Yeah, I don't see where... Maybe this has a filter. No. This is really odd to me. It's got to be a filter or something. Blending method. Scales or transformation. No. Order. Let's see. It's all the way at the top. It's got to be something else. Let me see. Let's hit that 11. Yeah, see, my actual... Yeah, why is it behind it? The display shouldn't be obscuring me completely. And I can see myself back here. Can you see this area right here? The reason it looks like that is because of what I have behind it. See, it's gone when I hide the my actual webcam. All right, well, whatever. We're not going to spend too much time on it. Okay, so the holiday's name, first used in the 1890s. Okay, they tell you about the name. We don't care about that. All right, so 1865. That is the year that they teach you about in school. Okay, and this is why. 13th Amendment to the United States for the national abolishment, whatever, abolition of slavery. Okay, so by June 1865, almost all enslaved persons have been freed. Okay, but not everyone got the message. Okay, not everyone got the message. So not everyone was freed then. Okay, early Juneteenth celebrations date back to 1866. But it wasn't made a national holiday, just remember that, until recently. But they celebrated it a long time ago, all right? Texas, became more commercialized in the 1920s, 1930s, all right? Okay, during the Civil Rights Movement, 1960s, those celebrations were eclipsed. Okay, so it has been around, but see, beginning with Texas by proclamation in 1938 and by legislation in 1979, every U.S. state and the District of Columbia has formally recognized the holiday in some way. 1979, 1938. Okay. As of 2021, not that long ago, Juneteenth became a federal holiday. Okay? Banks, post offices closed, all that good stuff. You see that? NASDAQ. So 2021, it became an official federal holiday, but it had been celebrated, and I had never heard of it. Okay? Celebrated, but I hadn't heard of it. Okay? Yep, see here, was recognized as a federal holiday in 2021. All right. So that day is the day that officially all the slaves were freed, because there were some holdouts that did not free their slaves, and they had to march to come in there and free those last bit of slaves. So the day that officially commemorates all the, emancipation is June 19. All the other slaves were freed, but some were not. This is the day that every slave was free. Okay, see here? June 1865, almost all enslaved persons had been freed by the victorious Union Army of State. Okay. The remaining enslaved people in Delaware and Kentucky were freed. Okay. So there were still some that were not freed. And they were finally, and if I remember correctly, they had to go in there by force to free those last slaves. So that, my friends, is what Juneteenth is all about. Thank you for joining Lord Shadow's history lesson. All right, let's fire up this game here. Carter, what's up, man? Just Googled it. How did I not know about this before? Seems pretty major. Exactly. It's pretty major for some. Okay. But others, they're like, whatever. It's a new holiday. Yes, 2021 is when it became a federal holiday. However, as we just read, it has been celebrated long before that. But you don't hear a lot about it. History, as taught in schools, let's just say it leaves out a lot of things. That's what I will call it. It has another term. Nurser, what's up, man? Yes, that's the other term, but I'm not going to do that. We'll just say that our history leaves out a lot. It leaves out a lot of things that are not so pleasant for people to remember. So they want to kind of hide those things under the rug. Like what happened to the Indians. You don't hear about that either. You hear a little bit, but you really don't hear about what happened to them. Did you ever hear about the some of the Wiccan. All right, yeah, let's fix that up. Did you ever hear about some of the pilgrims cannibalizing the Indians? You hear about Thanksgiving, right? But did you hear about the pilgrims cannibalizing the Indians? Scalping the Indians. Not the Indians scalping them, but and if you look at it all through history classes, television, they always paint the Indians as the bad guys, right? But this was their land. We were invaders. Well, not we, but you know what I'm saying. They were invaded and then abused. So anyway, history doesn't always tell you everything or even the true story. Never heard of it until maybe 5 or so years ago. Yeah. Now see, it didn't become a federal holiday till 2021, but we should have heard about it long before that because it has been celebrated. Just because it didn't become a national federal holiday doesn't mean other people weren't celebrating it. There were places that closed down and, you know, happy Juneteenth, all that good stuff, long before this. Long before it became a federal holiday. All right, so Wiccan is the featured champion. Let's go grab him up. And the basic champion is, hold up. Is that, Overlord? I mean, Overseer? I think that's the Overseer, right? We're gonna leave that like that. Juneteenth is only a few years old. Yeah, as long as a federal holiday, 2021 is when it became a federal holiday, but it has been around for a long time. You just haven't heard about it. You died again. What's up, man, bro? Why can I clear all content but can't buy a win in BG? So tired of losing. Nice crystal opening, by the way. Thank you. Yeah, I'm done with my battlegrounds. I got my 300,000. The last person quit on me, pushed me over, and I'm done. I got no more to do with that. Happy holiday, happy history hour. Yeah, I know, right? Shadow Stalker. I keep forgetting that you're Shadow Stalker. It's because history is fun. Yeah, exactly. They teach history in schools, you sure? They teach something, right? All right. Let's whoops. That's not what I wanted to do. There. And then we get the availability. Because I always like to... Oh, by the way, I ranked up a lot of my 4 stars that were ranked 4. See here? So, let's see. Filter, 4 stars. So, I have... 288. Wait a minute. What is that 821? Is that... All right. Anyway. No rank 1s. No rank 2s. No rank 3s. And 43 are still rank 4. $43 out of 245. Wait, that's not right. 43 rank 4s. 248 rank 5s. That's out of 288. So 43 out of 288. 245 out of 288 are rank 5. All right. Where do you get the mats for 4 stars? I'm all over. Which mats are you talking about? Here, let's take a look. Because I haven't but we'll take a look and you'll see. Pick a rank 4 champion. Here, let me do that. All right, pick a rank 4 champion that you want me to rank up here. And I'll show you. Hold on, let me get some water. Okay. Kang. All right, what is he missing? Because I just used up a whole bunch, so might not be able to rank him up, but I can show you. So... Oh. All right, Kang. So I have tons of tier 4. Got them in crystals, what have you. Tier 1 alpha you can get from the Glory store if you want to. I think you can get some from the Battleground store too. The tier 4, I get a lot. I mean, the reason I don't have any, let me show you. The basic, the reason I don't have that is because of this. So, see, I can get more tier 1 alpha if I want. See, I have none because that's where I got a lot of it. You get 2, and they're very cheap. So you can get 20 right here. Tier 4. Then, let me see. The Battlegrounds. Is there any in here? Did I get some from in here? Yeah. Here's some more Tier 4. So, get a bunch of those. 800. Okay. And just like that, we can now take up Kang. Easy. And if you are concentrating on, you know, getting them up like this, you should be fine. Should be able to get, you can rank up a bunch every week. So, who else? Who else? Let's take up Rhino. Rhino! Old school. Rhino. That's what's up. Okay, what else? What else? See? Almost got all of them. Let's get Abomination up here. And don't forget, you can still use units, but obviously it's not worth the units. All right, there we go. So now I've just gotten all of those done right before your eyes. And we can still rank up some more. Let's go down here. And that's the last one we'll be able to rank up, because we've already used up a ton of tier 4 basic catalysts. Okay. So for my rank, for my 4 stars, that's where I get those. You got the stores, which give you a ton of them. Okay. Then check this out. And you know we got the energy. You got your daily quests. Autocomplete. And then you got these. And these here. There's the, I think you were asking about these, tier 3 class catalysts. See, I don't have any because I don't tend to use them. But, see? Just like that. Pixie Belle, what's up, girl? And then, of course, after you do the auto, you can still run through it to get more as needed. But the reason I don't do that, let's take a look at my crystal stash here. So in my crystal stash, Tier 3 class catalyst. See that? And these are complete, not fragments. Complete Tier 3 class catalysts. If I need them, I got them. I just don't tend to use them. But you see, you can get these from the crystals, also from the daily, and also obviously from the store. Harold! What's up? We got a Lefty Knox raid coming in. Lefty Knox. Bazooka, what's up, man? Not going to rank up any under 7 stars. The 4 stars are, you know, just for fun. Oh, those were T3 class. The T3 basics are also, you can get those in the dailies as well. I just saw that you specified basics. T2 cats, I don't get a lot of that stuff. Yeah, so the dailies are there. Proving grounds. You get through here, get some of those, and then go through the actual quest. And you'll get more of these as well. I don't know how many of those I have. Let me see. Okay, yeah, I got 17 of those. So, yeah, PSA, don't use units. Yeah, don't use units. Yeah, don't forget to smash that like button on the way in. I know people forget, but the like is how Kabam knows to send me out so more people can discover my channel. Okay, let's get into the arena. Hopefully that answers your question. We even did a few rank ups. So let's get it. Low level EQ also has mats. Good shout. I have way too many rank 1 4 stars. And see, I was working on those from long back, you know. And as you saw, I haven't really made a real strong effort in... Now see, because I go from the bottom, I had to use Psycho Man. So I'm probably going to rank him up, not because I like him, but because I don't. Funny how that works. The other black man, what up, man? How you doing? Coming in with the Lefty Knox raid. Only like 130 rank 5s. Gotta get it up. Gotta get it up. Let's see. Do that one. Now let's do that one. You know, it makes me feel bad. I am only missing 37 stars. Still get washed. I am so happy that I was at 281,000 before the meta change. Oh, I'm so happy. Psycho Man! Psycho, what's up, man? YT user coming in. How you doing, man? We had ourselves a little history lesson on June. Ooh, that was nasty. On Juneteenth, which is today. Became a federal holiday in 2021, but has been celebrated for many, many years. I hadn't heard about it. I did hear about it before it became a federal holiday, but not that long before it. My day is going good, man. Happy Juneteenth, Skinny Legend. Happy Juneteenth as well. Uh-oh. Yeah, can't do the caps, but happy Juneteenth. Uh-oh. What did I do? Oh. Stupid thing. Go back to the game. There we go. This meta is awful. Should have pushed before the change. Won't do that again. And that's what I did. So happy I did it, too. Now, look at this. My poor Havoc. Every one of them got armor ups. That ain't right. How'd that work? Man. But yeah. Oh, caught me coming back. I hit the block, but it was too slow. Oh, I hit the block. There we go. My bad, I was crying from any overly excited chats. But happy Juneteenth, man. Happy Juneteenth. We went to the wiki. So I told everybody what's all about. You know, what it's all about. I had to listen carefully because I thought you said something else. Oh, wow. I'm not going to even ask what you thought I said. Because it was probably bad. But it's all good. Count my next rank 4. He too good. Why you think I want him? Still don't have him, man. Want him. But let me tell you, if they have a, you know how sometimes on July 4 or something like that, they have a crystal that has all of the certain year champions. If I see him in one of them crystals, he's mine. Thought for a second you said, oh, no. No, sir. Oh. Hit him with it. Oh, stun. I opened a Titan yesterday, didn't want to do a video. My luck changes, and I got a Koye. Whoa. See? There you go, man. A Koye. Koye rough, boy. She rough and rugged. Oh, what the heck? Why you do that? Girl, your foot be coming all the way over here. That ain't right. Oh, hey, hey. Come on. Oh, 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 oh. I can do that too, Punchinella, Punchinella. I'm okay, tired this week from work. That's why I said I knew better from you especially. Thank you. Chi-Chi got better heavy reach than hurt. Yeah, she do. That foot be coming from halfway across the stream, man. Woo! She don't even be playing with you. She be like, oh, you think I can't reach you from over here? Whoop, bam. She might have a longer reach than Reed Richards. Man. Play with her. Let's see. Yeah, let's do that. Ghost Dog! What up, man? Something told me there was a disturbance in the force. There was not. You saw nothing. Nothing, Ghost Dog. Nothing. Now I just need Spider Chick, Zola, and Yelena. I got Zola. I was completely confused with the Invisible Woman fight in the side quest. What about it? What confused you? I don't remember. But the big news in news right now, for those of you who have been following Karen Reed's retrial, she was acquitted, found not guilty on all of the major charges, the M charges, which would have put her away for life, which is what they were trying to do. They were really trying to take away her life. But she did get convicted of basically a DUI. And they did sentencing right then and there. And give the opposition its props for not pushing anything beyond the standard, which was 1 year probation. So after all these years, what has it been, 2-3 years? She's had this thing hanging over her, man. She was finally acquitted. And just before I went live, I was listening to one of the jurors who did a interview. I watched one of the interviews where, you know, he was actually what you want the jurors to be. You know, they asked him questions like, do you think there was a conspiracy? The correct answer for a juror is, I don't know. That's not what they were tasked with. And so, you know, obviously I believe that some people, you know, felt that in their heart, but that's not something that they can use. All they can use is the evidence. Was there any evidence of a conspiracy? That's not what the prosecution was trying to prove. So, you don't know. But he felt that she was innocent, while others felt that there was a lot of reasonable doubt. So that equals a unanimous not guilty. You know, whether you thought she was innocent or not. And that's something that some people don't always understand. Not guilty is not the same as being innocent. Guilty and not guilty are legal terms. For example, say you know you did something, okay, but you want to see if you can get a deal or, you know, a lessening of your sentence, something, right? You say not guilty. That does not mean that you are telling everybody that you're innocent. Because if you say guilty, there will be nothing, no negotiation, no anything. They're just going to give you your sentence. And that's it. You will not have any chance to try to mitigate anything. So, guilty, not guilty is not the same as innocent, not innocent. Those are legal. So you can be found not guilty. There was a case, I don't remember what it was, where the jury, some of the jury was actually crying because they believed that the defendant did it. However, the prosecution did not prove their case. They did not have enough evidence. And so the jury had to give him a not guilty, even though they felt he did it. Some of them were actually crying because they could not convict him. They had to go by the evidence. So it's a little different. A little difference. Yeah, you died again. It definitely cuts it down. Sounds like the case I was on. We voted not guilty based on evidence. Exactly. Which is not the same as saying you don't think they did it. You may think they did it and still have to vote not guilty based on the evidence. If it wasn't proved he was guilty, why did some jurors believe so strongly he was guilty, though? So, not racism. In this particular case, I'm trying to remember. What was it? There just wasn't enough evidence. Oh, I remember. So, you know the difference between circumstantial evidence? You know what circumstantial evidence is? Give you an example, okay? Just give you an example of circumstantial evidence. Woman is found deceased in the house, okay, with a knife sticking out of her. All right? He was seen passing by the house, not leaving the house, passing by the house around the time they have determined she was deceased. Okay? There's no DNA to link up that person with the crime scene, but he was in the vicinity. He had a prior relationship with the deceased. They had just broken up. So, you got an ex-boyfriend near the house around the time that she was allegedly, you know, they have the time frame or what have you. You may think he did it. Okay? You may think he did it. But unless there's some proof. Like if there was DNA evidence, you might be able to pin it on that, right? But if there was not enough evidence, you could still think, you know, why was he around there then? That seems really suspicious, right? An ex-boyfriend, why was he there? Was he stalking her? Was he, you know? But there's no evidence that is presented to you that he did any of those things. So in your heart, you could believe that he did it, but you cannot convict him of it. Circumstantial evidence, by the way, is just as weighty as direct evidence in the court of law. Okay? Because what if he was seen coming out of the house? Nobody saw, you don't have a video of him doing it, right? And maybe he wore gloves and he had a suit on, right? But he was seen coming out of the house. That's circumstantial. But he's probably going to get convicted. See, so circumstantial evidence, people have been put away on circumstantial evidence for life. So just because it's circumstantial, because you can infer a lot of things. You know, like if he was coming out of the house and you saw him wearing, throwing away some gloves. The gloves were never recovered. Does it matter that there was no DNA at the scene? If you see that he was coming out with and threw away some gloves, even if they couldn't recover the gloves. So yeah, circumstantial evidence can be considered and is considered because it actually does have the same weight. Some people don't think that, caveman, but it does, because that's circumstantial. But, you know, if it wasn't for circumstantial evidence, some criminals would get away with what they've done because they've hidden their tracks very well. So I'm wiping blood on his pants. Yeah. It's like, whose blood was it? Was it his own blood? Do you have any DNA evidence of the blood? Even if you don't, if the pants were destroyed, you know, that's still circumstantial. You don't know that that blood was hers. See what I'm saying? But you can build a very strong case on circumstantial evidence, and people have been locked away for life on it. You know, and the idea is that you don't want to reward the criminals for doing a good job of cleaning up their crime scene. You know? Disposing of any evidence, direct evidence, you know? How is MCOC on the PC treating you? I like it. I actually like the PC, and because my my poor iPad screen is starting to get bad, I've been doing this more and more, so I'm very happy that it came to the PC when it did. I knew he was going to do that. Hit him with it, girl. Woo! LordShaedow Legal Masterclass. I'm here for it. Wings Bound. What's up, man? To be fair, it has gone the other way with circumstances. Yes. Innocent people have been convicted due to it as well. Yeah, our court system is not perfect. So innocent people have been convicted on circumstantial evidence, as well as the guilty people. Absolutely. Deadpool, what up, man? Hope you have a great afternoon. I don't know if you saw that I tagged you in Discord. No, I didn't see that. If you did it today, I don't think I've been on Discord today. A 6-star gentle. Hey, as you saw, I got gentle 3 times. Nah. Not that I wanted to get him that many times out of a Titan, but it's not a bad pull. Yeah, it depends on the situation. Just got to be careful not to connect the dots that aren't there. Exactly. That's what the trial is about. Was there any other feasible reason he could have walked out that house? Well, see, what you have to do is stack it. That's what the prosecution's job is. So, what was he there? You know, for, like you said, what was he walking out the house for? Was he invited? That's what the defense job is. That's why you do all of that. The defense's job is to poke holes in the prosecution's theory. You know, if they have evidence that, you know, like say a text message where she invited him over to the house. So you know he was in the house. Okay? Poke holes in the time that the time of her deceasing. You know, all of that. That's what you're supposed to do. And so that's what the jury has to determine. Was there enough evidence to actually convict this person or not? And if the prosecution does not do a good enough job, they can't convict. Even if they're like, man, this man had anger issues. They had a domestic violence thing against him from way back. He did it. He did it. But there's not enough evidence. And whether he had a domestic violence in the past may not even get in. So the jury may not even know about it. Yeah, so, and there's a good reason that they wouldn't know about it. If you knew about it, you might convict him automatically. Exactly, K-Man. It shouldn't automatically be counted as evidence. It's the same as any other evidence. You have to evaluate it. It's just that some people think that unless you have the smoking, you know, firearm, unless you have that, unless you have a motive, then you can't convict. But that's not true. You can't. Yeah, you saw that video? Keyboard and mouse more comfortable than touchscreen? For me, it is. But remember, I'm a keyboard and mouse from back in the day. Back in the days of Doom. But yeah, I still play it on the iPad as well because I can't play it on the PC from my bed watching TV. So I gotta do it. Makes it hard, even if you are reformed. Exactly. That's why they fight over bringing in certain pieces of evidence, because certain pieces of evidence is prejudicial. However, if you were convicted of a crime exactly like this one, you know, it may come in to show that you have a pattern. You know, stuff like that. But that's what they argue about, whether to bring that stuff in or not. I don't think Apple intended the Mac for gaming. Yeah, they may not ever bring it to the Mac. They haven't said they won't. They just said that they have no plans to do that right now. But yes. And the thing is, even if you're reformed, you can be accused. Here's something that our legal system can fall by the wayside. Say you were convicted of a, let's just say, inappropriate behavior with certain individuals. So you're dating this woman, and she has a daughter. She gets mad at you one day, tells the daughter to accuse you of that very thing that you had gotten convicted of before. 9 times out of 10, you going to jail. Okay? What evidence do they have? Only what she said. They don't need anything else. She said it, that's it. And here's the, hold on, let me move this up here. There we go. That's better. And even if she recants, if she comes back later, after, you know, you got convicted a second time and now you're serving time, if she comes back later and says, I'm so sorry, my mom put me up to this, he didn't really do it, they're not letting you out. It's like that. So yeah, still not a perfect system, but it's better than a lot of places in the world. Definitely better than a lot of places. Imagine if Karen Reed had a past and they brought that in. Wow. You know, oftentimes when I get hit, when I hit her, DigiCloak activates. My SIG is maxed out. I don't think it makes a difference though. But he hit me with a full 5-hit combo and the DigiCloak never went off. Let me try that. I don't think it would hold up in court with no physical evidence. Are you talking about with the little girl saying that? Or the little boy saying that? It absolutely will hold up in court. It absolutely will. And does. If it goes to court. Because that person that has a past is unlikely to go to court. It'd have to be a strong lie to hold up where I live. Yeah, it will hold up. It not only will it does. But here's the thing. You don't often hear about it. It doesn't get publicized. And think about this. If she said that he did it, and he's done it before with someone else, you really think they're not going to convict him? Even without any evidence but what she said. Because those kinds of things are often done behind closed doors. And keep in mind that there may not be any physical evidence. Physical evidence doesn't mean, or I should say no physical evidence doesn't mean that a crime wasn't committed. Did you know just patting her on the butt is a crime? Rubbing, all of that, it's not going to leave any physical evidence like you're talking about, DNA and all of that. It doesn't have to be like that. Oh, you'd be surprised. People get put away for all kinds of things, and the charge that they are, that they use doesn't always indicate what they did. Give you an example. You got to charge cruelty to children. What does that make you think that they did? If you see somebody has a charge, cruelty to children, what did they do? There's too many holes in her story. What holes? She said he did it. That's it. Yes, it will. My uncle is in prison still because his daughter-in-law made a mention of her being afraid for her life. I'm telling you. And they don't allow them to recant it. It can encompass anything from physical abuse to neglect. Exactly. But see, not everybody knows that. Here's what one guy got there. The kids were in the car. And he was having a fight with the mom outside the car. And he slapped the mom. The kids saw it. They were in the car. The kids saw him slap their mom. That's cruelty to children. He never touched them. He might not ever harm a child directly. Doesn't matter. There's too many holes in her story, and on top of that, it's all circumstantial. I have a bit of a legal background. That's why it all basically boils down to your lawyer. It can. Their story and the county you're accused in. Yes. You're right about that. You're absolutely right about that. It's still a form of emotional abuse. That's the rationale for why it's categorized under that. But unless you know that, you see somebody with that charge, you're going to think they did something directly to them kids. You're going to think they hit them. Something. You're not even going to think about neglect. You know? Not even neglect will you think about. You're going to think about some form of physical. Levi. Or is it Levy? How you doing, man? My BCs are closing in on 8 million. But yeah. Just so that you know. Oh, wait, it's Levy? Ooh, okay. Because most people would say Levi, but Levy. But to echo your point, this is the world we live in. Yeah, like I said, oh, Levy. Not Levi, but Levy. Yeah. You don't often hear people pronounce it that way. I knew you could. Not Levi, not Levi, but Levy. Levy. Yeah. Gotcha. Whoopsie. Let me see if this works. Come on. Come on. Okay. Did miss. Cool. But what I was gonna say, Skinny Legend, Georgia is really bad about that type of thing. The Georgia laws for those type of things, especially, I mean, the Bible Belt, right, is woo. So you will more often than not get that type of behavior here. Whereas in other places, they're not going to just convict you on the word of one person. You know, they're going to need more. My circle is almost a dot because of how small it is. People don't know how to act right these days. Mostly the grown people. Yeah. But man, that's about 16K units. Close to that 36K. Maybe. Four-star arena. AI is crazy. That's where my uncle is in prison. Yeah. If you jaywalk in Georgia, you get in life. Yeah, they're rough with it. Is Georgia a pro-choice state, or are they one of the many that denies certain reproductive services to women like Texas is? I believe they are one of the states that denies it. There was a case. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I believe it was in... Hold on. While I'm thinking about it.
Why are you guys so obsessed
Let
with
me
me?
Look it up real quick before I tell you guys. Let's see. Yeah, that's what I thought. Here, let me show you. See this? Skinny Legend. Intox Gamer Incorporated. What's up, man? Welcome to the family. Nursey. That's exactly what I was showing up. That is exactly what I was about to show up. Look at this. She was brain dead. And because of the fetus heartbeat law here in Georgia, they kept her alive so that she could give birth to that baby. The baby was harvested. Yeah, exactly. I just wanted to show you that. So yeah. Let me go back to this. Woo! Ow! Hit you with that. Hey, Intoxicated Gamer. What up, man? I didn't realize I wasn't following you on Twitch yet. Figured I could give you the sub to make up for it. Appreciate it. I believe I'm subbed to you on Twitch as well. A black woman beat it all. Now they're going to force the family to pay for it. Well, I'm sure the family would love to take care of it. And if they couldn't, there are options. So that's not, you know. But yeah. And it was the hospital's fault. She died. She went to the hospital and they did nothing. I know. It's interesting to think that your example doesn't fall into this little microcosm. I know. It's very interesting, right? And I wonder what that baby is gonna, you know, if he grows up. Oh my goodness. We don't know what the effects are gonna be. At least we didn't get nuked yet by Iran. Oh man. Healthcare is scarier in America than anyone would have thought. Yeah. My mom was told by the doctor that she was not pregnant, that it was psychosomatic, meaning she really wanted to be pregnant and her brain was making her body exhibit the signs of pregnancy. And here I am. I wasn't in there, according to the doctor. my family has had some stories about doctors. It's why we have the distrust of them that we do. You know, we had my aunt, grand aunt, went to the doctor. Wasn't feeling well. They gave her a clean bill of health. They checked her out, all that. 1 week later, she was not here. Imagine being told you're not pregnant only to have a child less than a year later. That's exactly what happened. And of course, both me and my sister were like, did you ever bring me to him so I could meet him? She didn't. And he's, you know, this is a long time ago. He's passed away now. But yeah, doctors back in the day have done a lot of things. Some of them said that all black folks have the same blood type. Did y'all know that? And so when one of my uncles went to the doctor, he was needing a blood transfusion. And since all black people have the same blood, they just gave him some blood. Pretty sure you know how that turned out. So yeah, my family has a history dating all the way back to the World Wars, where ignorance abounded. Obviously, they know better now, but at that time, they didn't. Malpractice law in this country, almost as lucrative as family law. Was the MD stupid? No. I'm not sure what was up with him. Immaculate conception of Shadow confirmed. Yeah, no. And then there's RFK Jr. Don't get me started on him. I blame a local ER for my mother-in-law's passing. She fell on her way to the bathroom. My grandmother, that happened. Said she was fine, sent her back home, where she passed only a few hours later during COVID. That happened to my grandmother. She fell while in the hospital, and she never came out of that hospital. And my mom, of course, blames herself because she was there when it happened. My grandmother had gotten up out to go to the bathroom and slipped and fell. You gotta go to some ignorant MDs. It's surprisingly easy to find them. That hospital, that whole department was shut down, by the way. We were encouraging my mom to sue them. She wouldn't do it. But it's not even there anymore. Then later they got bought out. And yeah, so that place doesn't even exist. But my mom still don't want to go to the hospital, have anything to do with them. I was in the ER because of a seizure at that same hospital. While there, I had another seizure and they couldn't get me out of there fast enough. I'll bet. Because they don't want nothing going down that could cost them money, 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 money. Common sense in the healthcare industry of America isn't a thing. It's like they don't have any room left for it. Yeah. Being treated by the worst doctor in the world. Oh, wait. Hey, people always brag about being top in their class in med school. But if you think about it, that means there are people all over being treated by doctors at the bottom of the class, and one person being treated by the worst doctor in the world. True that. You got that right, man. Ooh. He got that in time to parry me. Cool. But you going down. This is what happens when the government gets involved. Yeah. What is that? Laissez-faire? Is that it? It's been so many years. Do they even teach government in school anymore? I need to go and get everything done I can before my Medicaid goes away. Intoxicated Gamer. I don't know if you noticed, but I've had a lot of doctor's appointments lately. Now, I'm not on Medicare, but I don't know what's going to happen because I am getting government assistance, a tax credit to lower my health insurance costs. So I'm actually able to have health insurance for either free or a very low price. So I don't know what's going to happen. So I've been going to everybody that I could. No, this is American government. Plenty of governments regulate their healthcare and have way better systems than us. Oh, yeah. Like Canada. Laissez-faire, buyer beware. Yeah. I was last in my class, barely passed at the institute. Now I'm trying to avoid. Yeah, I'll be trying to avoid a malpractice suit. Oh, Weird Al. Like a surgeon, cutting for the very first time. Like a surgeon. What is it? Here's a, was it a waiver for you to sign? Weird Al is a genius, y'all. Just saying. Musical genius. You're gonna get boned, that's what's gonna happen? Yeah. Shoot, everyone needs to go back and watch Schoolhouse Rock. Oh, no. My philosophy is if a human being can make a mistake within their occupation as customer service, that means that human beings can make mistakes in their healthcare. Yeah. Only difference is that you generally don't die from a customer service mistake. Exactly. Finding a doctor accepting new patients is also something you can't find here in America. If you, there are websites that'll help you. Like, I use Oscar Healthcare because they were the cheapest, given the tax credit that I was getting. And, yeah, I had to end up paying. Now, I had them before, and it was free, but the premium went up. And the amount that I have to pay didn't go up to match it. So the difference was $17. If I wanted to still use them, I had to pay $17. And at first I didn't. I went with a free one, and they were horrible. Absolutely horrible. Kaiser Permanente, stay away from them. Anybody. If you're thinking about Kaiser Permanente, do not do it. They are horrible. Horrible. I had them at first, and they had all kind of hidden costs, like generic medication, right? Most places has it for free. All right. You get generics for free. They have that as well, for free. But then you go to try to fill your medication, and you find out that nobody accepts the insurance except their own pharmacies. And their own pharmacies, there's a cost to filling your prescription there. So while the generic medication is free, you still have to pay a fee every time you fill your medication. It's crazy. I said, oh no. So I switched to Oscar, even though I was gonna have to pay $17 because of that premium tax credit difference. But guess what? Medication free. And I use capsule, and it's free delivery. So I'm getting my medications completely free. Delivered free, all free. Canada is not better. They have made, really. I always heard because they have the free healthcare. Right now, they are only taking those away from people that are 150 years older. Also taking it away from the illegals here. We already see how that goes. It starts out one way, but that's not the way it ends up. Don't even get me started on the Amazon One medical scam. Ooh. Hadn't heard of that one. All right, Epinosis, have fun at work. Since I'm only doing YouTube for a living, I'm below the poverty line for Seattle and get Medicaid. Same here, but I don't qualify. That's going to be gone if they go through with their stupid bill. Yeah, we're watching. What do you mean, oh no, it's just a bill on Capitol Hill? I remember that bill. You remember? What was that, on PBS? All of them in my area are either fresh out of residency, a PA, or behind the Amazon. I'm wondering, she might be a PA. You might be right. She might be a PA that I go to. Well, one of them. My primary care physician isn't. And she was accepting new patients, which is why I'm with her now. Avoid Kaiser, I agree. Yeah, they are bad. Oh, wow, I ran right into that. Do not do it. Kaiser is the worst. Yep. Share the word. Taught me how the government worked. I had them for years as a kid. Yeah, I heard the name and everything, and I thought, oh, Kaiser Permanente, it is great. And then the first time I tried to use them, I switched up real quick. I was like, oh no. I had to pay for them to bring the medicine to me. I had to pay to get the medicine. I said, oh no, St. David's, they're almost as bad as them? Yeah, I don't know. When I was working full-time, a normal job, and buying my own healthcare from Kaiser for $250 a month, it was way worse than Medicaid. Yeah, they are horrible. I had never had any experience with them, so I didn't know. Nurser, yeah, that's a good rebuttal. I've heard that. No one is illegal on stolen land, but yeah. Basically, might makes right. The people who has the might, they're the ones that make the rules and enforce them. That's the bottom line. Let me see. Canada is way better. They have longer life expectancy and lower infant mortality rate. By virtually every metric, their system is much better than America. I agree. I haven't done any research, but that is what my understanding was. Top of the difficulty of finding a physician. My healthcare concerns are currently viewed as elective or precautionary. Oh, wow. Yeah. Cute thing in Seattle is that if they have the work requirement for Medicaid, no one in King County will qualify because the minimum wage will just barely put you over the line. Oh, wow. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just a bill. Yes, I'm only a bill. I'm sitting on Capitol Hill. Yep, that's it. But yeah, just facts, man. Things are possibly getting rough for a lot of people. Absolutely. Whoop, whoop. I need to do a video on Phoenix. I haven't really looked at her since her rework. So I need to look into her. I saw people doing some fun things with her, man. Looks like her rework did pretty well. Woo! She's fun. Yeah, I just haven't looked into her. Don't know. I'm wondering if rich people will start going on vaccine vacations, denied the COVID vaccine in America because RFK's Jr.'s brainworm said no. Fly to Europe for a vaccine. You know what? I still have a confusion between Dark Phoenix and Phoenix. They updated Phoenix's portrait. And she looks a lot like, they look a lot like each other, Phoenix and Dark Phoenix. I have a hard time telling the two apart. Oh, I like it. I definitely like, I first got into goth because of Wednesday. Addams Family. She was the first goth that I ever encountered back in the day. And what was funny is that I started watching that in black and white. I don't remember if it was broadcast in black and white or whether my TV was just black and white, but I do remember when the color came. Yeah. Dark Phoenix has a red and yellow uniform, and Phoenix is green and yellow. Okay. So Dark Phoenix is the evil version. Gotcha. See, what we need to do is have all kids bring... no. No, sir. I'm so happy that I grew up at the time I did. It wasn't completely safe, but man, compared to what these kids got to deal with nowadays, I'll take my time. I'm good. I'm at 36K for next Friday. Can't wait. So I don't know whether I'm going to do Arena tomorrow or I'm going to do the Wheel of Fate. What y'all think? Do Quest 1 of Wheel of Fate. It'll probably take the whole stream. I mean, it seems like it's not good content. Wheel of Fate. I'm off work. Ready for the call. Okay. I'll look around on Wheel of Fate, see what people are doing for Quest 1, and we'll do Wheel of Fate tomorrow. Spider, what up, man? Yep. Now, you know you can't do the caps, but how you doing, man? Sims guides are good. All right. Technical question, what platform do you stream from? Do you stream from Restream or just use the bot for chat? I stream from Restream. OBS streams direct to Restream, and then Restream is configured to send that stream out to YouTube and Twitch. That way, I have the Restream chat that has everybody in it together. Have you seen the Restream chat, Abdo? Red, what's up, man? No, it's not paid for 2. So YouTube and Twitch, 2 of them, free. If I want to do a 3rd or more, or if I want to go to a custom one like Rumble, then you have to pay. If they don't directly support it, you have to do a custom RTMP, which will cost money. So yeah, just free. I can do. I'm free. I'm on the free version. Here, let me show you. Where is it? There. That's the chat for Restream. And see how I have an icon here? See? I still see it. And see, this comes from Twitch. And the bot makes sure you guys see everybody's comments. But this is what I'm looking at. Now, it does not, the one drawback here, let me show you. The, let's go all the way up here. As you can see here, goes all the way back. But I want to show you. See if I can see it here. Where is it? Man, why is it doing that? Oh, that's not good. It's got caught in a loop. Okay, here. See this? If you want to see what that looks like, you have to go to the actual chat. So this doesn't support the emojis and things like that. It'll just tell you what the emoji command is. Hand pink waving. That's what that is. But if I go over to the YouTube chat, it will show me that. Okay, let's go all the way down here. See? I just want to get them combined so people over at Twitch aren't so lonely. Yeah, I see, and you can keep it all the way here. Doesn't support custom emotes probably, which is annoying. Yeah. But I would just have to go back over here to the chat, and I can see it here. And then I could go over to Twitch and see it there if I wanted to. So one thing that would be really nice, because I would love to stream to Rumble as well, or maybe one other platform. But I like that combined chat, which you only get from Restream, because it's going through Restream. Restream knows about all of it. All right, Nursa, take care, man. Thanks for the info. Sorry for the inside baseball stuff, chat. Hey, no problem, man. It happens. And then it happens. But woo. But yeah, I love Restream. And honestly, I only need the 2, but it would be very nice if they had, for the free version, support for a little bit more. But honestly, I don't have a great need to stream to a third platform. When I was streaming to Rumble, because I can stream to multiple platforms on OBS. I don't know. There's a plugin that I have. So I can stream, but all of my chats wouldn't be all in the same place. Because it's not going all in the same, through the same place. So there's no way to combine them. So when I was streaming to, like, I could set up right now to stream to Rumble. I would have to have the Rumble's chat in a separate window. And then nobody would know what folks on Rumble were saying. They'd be over there by themselves. Woo. I have all my chats in one spot with the multi-stream, but it's a pain because I prefer the YouTube. That's why I have 2 extra monitors. Oh, wow. Okay. Now, Spider, all your chats are in one with multi-stream. What multi-stream are you using? Is it actually called multi-stream? And is it free? Want to start streaming, but I have no idea where to start. Download OBS. Unless you, well, are you going to stream on the PC? Streamlabs has a chat. Oh, that. I haven't looked into it for a while because it's been a while. When I first saw it, it was experimental. But I'm using OBS Studio, not Streamlabs. All right, Abdo. Take care, man. Thanks for stopping by. And for that sub. Yeah, I'm going to buy a Windows laptop. Download OBS Studio. Or Streamlabs OBS, but I've used both. They both work just fine. Streamlabs OBS has a lot of things already built in that you'd have to get extra with OBS, but they both work. I'm using OBS Studio right now, so I could help you with that a little bit better, because that's what I've been using. I've also find that OBS Studio is better on your resources. Streamlabs OBS is kind of bloated to me. Also, a lot of us don't like the fact that Streamlabs OBS called themselves that when they have nothing to do with OBS. They took their name to be more popular because people thought Streamlabs OBS and OBS were from the same company, but just 2 products from the same company. But they both are excellent. Download both of them and see which one you like the best. Have you done Wheel of Spank? Yeah, I'm gonna be doing quest number 1 tomorrow. Not worth the resources. Do you have any more thoughts on $4,800 worth of incursion crystals? What? What is that? What is that about? Yeah, they just use the software from OBS. You can move everything directly over from Streamlabs right to OBS. They said it's just there since people spend money. The loyalty items are something extra. Okay, gotcha. Well, for people who have a lot of money and they just want to spend it, there you go. It may as well throw it out there. You think about it. You throw it out there, it doesn't hurt you any. And you may get somebody buying it up. Think about it. Even if like 20 or 30 people buy it, it's worth it putting it up there. Also, Wheel of Fate. I keep wanting to say Wheel of Fortune. You know I do, right? Isn't bad if you have the roster. Every fight has a decent counter. Rewards are not that good, in my opinion. Imagine spending $1,700 and getting an emote to remind you how much you spent. Well, got another rank 4 out of it, though. Yeah, that's the only rewards I'm seeing that would make it worth it. Some rank 4 materials. And I see, woo! He tried to hit me with everything he could. Woo! Last try, he tried to take me out. I'm mad that this high tier price was enough for a company to design and create a brand new system in their shop, with the lowest being $1,700. Yeah. But I want that Titan Nexus. With this Titan pool, I could get some really good champs, or I could get nothing but Gentle and 2 other, you know, Gentle, Zola, and Okoye. You know, it can happen, but that's the gamble. That's what you hope for. This is not good. I've worked and ran design team meetings. If this is getting okay, this means this is their priority. Well, it's some team's priority. I'm just pissed about the online store. Wheel of Fate is all right content. Yeah, I've seen so many people complaining about it. That's why I was like, maybe I don't want to do this. Oops, I turned off the express mode by accident. My bad. But yeah, I'll look at how many fights are there? Quest 1. Remember when they actually cared about us? They made rank down tickets. I probably am one of the few that don't like rank down tickets. I want rank up tickets. I don't want them to give me rank down tickets. I want rank up tickets. 13. I just noticed that your 7-star box is missing from your camera screen. Oh, yeah. When I was trying to fix the, hold on. Because they're linked together. When I switched over to this, where is it? I was trying to figure out why that wasn't showing up on top like this. But apparently, when I go to the display, oh, now it's showing it. That is so weird. So that must be a glitch for OBS. Must be a glitch. Okay, whatever. But thanks. That time they gave us 20 rank down tickets was one of the most fun times I had, though. Wouldn't mind that happening again. Like I said, I want rank up tickets. You think it was an initial reaction? Because what I heard mostly wasn't that it was really hard or difficult, but boring. My best level up event when they had it was when we got the moment. I used that too. I sure did. Ranked him down, ranked him right back up. Now I can't get him as a 7-star. Go figure. And I do want me a mole man. But I want Count Nefaria. Yeah, I ranked him down and right back up again. Remember when BG got banned from the rank down? Oh, that was so funny, Swifty. Shadow, what's up, man? I laughed so hard. I laughed so freaking hard. That was the best prank they ever pulled. Oh my goodness. The look on his face. I still think about that. It was so good. He was just like, oh yeah. And he was like, oh. Oh, that was funny. They did that one up right. I'm not sure exactly what happened to BG, but I know he's taking a break. Will he come back? I don't know. With the way the game is going, the direction it's going, he may not. That's how I feel about Ironheart. Now, I do have an Ironheart, at least. God of the Abyss. Fashionably late. Yes, sir. Glad you're here, though. Now, if everybody could just hit that like button. Man, that unblockable popped up and scared the mess out of me. But yeah, the last thing I heard about BG was that he was just taking a break and he'd be back whenever he felt like coming back, but I don't know. Brian told Abdo he was definitely coming back, but he never said when. Okay. Never thought I'd see the day when BG would take a break. Like you, he's one of the OGs. He was here before me. I watched him every day. So much of what you see here is because I took some from him, from Rich the Man. Why do I keep doing that? I need to turn that express mode back on. I turn Dorky Diggity Dave, Rizzo. So many that I used to watch back then. Borrowed a little bit from all of them. All right. Oh man, I thought I hit her. Oh, there you go. All right. Yeah, but it hit him hard that he was so good at the game. He was in 4 Loki for so long, then just couldn't keep up. Yeah, because of the direction the game was going. And nobody likes to, well, I don't. And obviously BG doesn't. Nobody likes to feel like they're being carried. You know? His prestige was low, and there wasn't really anything he could do about that as a free-to-play. You know, they did not give you the pathway. He did everything that he could do. And there just wasn't that path. Did y'all see me evade that? Yeah. Used to be there was a big champ you would spend for once a year, like Weapon X. Now they have one every 2 to 3 months. It's getting greedy. Mike Holman, what's up, man? And yeah. Absolutely. That's what this game will do to you sometimes. It's good to take a break. I took 2 years off. I'm so behind. Well, I will definitely play other games. I mean, I'm playing God of War right now, not live, but later this year, we're gonna purchase Horizon. What is it? New Frontier, New Land, something like that. We're definitely gonna do that at some point in time later this year, maybe around Christmas time, and you know I'm gonna try to get back, especially now that I'm getting back to feeling the PC. I may start playing other games like first-person shooters. It's been a while. Horizon Zero Dawn is one of my all-time favorite. Yeah. I played that on the PlayStation and absolutely loved it. And so I'll live stream that. We'll go through that. Doom. The last Doom I played was Doom 3. I think that was the last Doom before this current one. Love to get back to you know, playing some Doom. So yeah, I'm gonna definitely get back into playing different games on this computer here. Horizon. I forgot what it's called. Horizon New Dawn? Now I gotta look it up. Okay, it's Horizon Zero Dawn. And what's their new one? Horizon Forbidden West. Okay. Oh, yeah. Skinny Legend said it. Yeah. So I wanna play that one as well. I saw Jason and Jabari were playing that, and I would go by, hit like, but I wouldn't stay because I didn't want to spoil it, because I knew I was going to play it eventually. I got the Platinum Trophy for Doom The Dark Ages last night. Yeah, see, what I want to do for this channel, you know, it started out with just Marvel Contest of Champions, but I don't want it to just be Marvel Contest of Champions. We may even open it up so that anybody, like on Steam, because I do have Steam, people could send me a game they want me to play. You know, or, you know, ask, you know, is this a game you might think about playing? And send it to me on Steam, and we'll play. So we'll see. Although I am kind of upset about Diablo. This machine just doesn't play it well. And honestly, it did get a bit repetitive. A break. What? Mike is ignoring Pixie. This game has become way too money heavy. Yeah, they should never have implemented Prestige at all. They should have come up with a different way to sort the top AQ alliances. Yeah. I agree. Prestige is all about money. You are not going to have the top prestige without money. Just not going to happen. Okay. Just all into my block, huh? Oh, yeah, just all into my block. Interesting. What do you do? What do you do? Oh, back-to-back specials. Nice. Huh. Enough of that mess. Gonna just batter me into the batter in my block, and then don't want to move, don't want to do nothing. Man, get out of here with that. Let's just leave that. You either nerf Enchantress or you make Magic and Quake 7-star without touching them. Yeah. Redwood, what up, man? Wake up. Here we go. Yeah, they ain't gonna nerf Enchantress. Working as intended. I have White Tiger. She's fun. I don't think I've ranked her up though. Magic and Quake aren't OP defenders, they are OP attackers, so they have to get nerfed. Yep. Had an early day at work, so get some arena in early. Ready for summer deals? I'm ready. Oh, I know she's fun. Oh my goodness, what was that? Ooh, I hate fighting this boy. But yeah. Her power drain, power steal, and power gain. Woo! All right, guys. I have got to get something to eat. I have not eaten anything today. I didn't even take my usual snack, so you know my body's feeling it. So that is going to do it for today. Tomorrow, we will do Wheel of Fate. Don't forget to hit the like button. It does help me out. All right, let's see. Is anybody live right now? Ooh, Triple G. Let's hit up Triple G in the building. You can't leave. You haven't hit 2 mil. Yeah, I usually try, but I'm too hungry. Hashtag out of the shadows. Too much talking about Juneteenth and switching out and all that good stuff. Otherwise, I would have gotten it. All right, guys. Take care. And you all have a